This is the 1970 Chevelle Snap Tite kit. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I decided to pick up this hobby with my son. The parts come apart pretty easy. Right now, I'm taking the seats apart to put them together. This is the first part of the car actually going together. Also, the door panels. As you can see, it's pretty decent material. Snaps together pretty well. Some of the parts didn't line up perfectly, but that's kind of what I expected. Here, I'm taking apart the interior of the car out of the little plastic clips. Some of these clips are pretty flimsy, but um, they're okay. Right here, we're snapping in the inside front seats to the car. They went in pretty well. It's a pretty simple process. Instructions are self-explanatory. You basically don't even need them to put together this level car, but I wanted to start here just so that I could get a feel for it. Like I said earlier, this is something that um, I wanted to do with my son. We picked up this, something we can do on the inside on rainy days where we, can't get out. So it was something he wanted to do. So I decided I'd join in with him. And he also decided that we should make a YouTube channel. So that's what we're doing. And coming soon, we'll have some videos of him putting together some of these kits as well. But moving back to the video, still working on the interior. It's not too many pieces. Everything is here. Everything was inside of the box. Right here, I'm taking the front and the back grills apart to get ready to put those on the body of the car. The little lights that go inside of the grill were pretty difficult. The dash, it simply slides into the slots at the front of the interior. Pretty easy. I decided to install the little steering wheel before I put the dash in just to make it a little bit easier, take away one less step. Also went ahead and threw in the gear shifter. It just snaps right in. That's it. This whole entire kit was just snapped together. No glue was necessary. So put in the front dash, and now we're gonna move um, to installing the glass inside of the body. This was probably the easiest step in the entire process. It's literally just one piece glass that clips in to the front and the back of the body, and that's pretty much it. From there, the next step was to snap the interior to the inside of the body. And though the body used the interior snapped into the same little prongs that the glass snapped into, so made it pretty easy to snap all that together. This was probably the most difficult part of this whole entire little process. The lights are so small, and breaking them apart, trying not to mess them up was pretty easy. The rear lights went in pretty simple. The square lights, it just slid right into the hole. No problems here. But when you see me working on the front, those little lights were a nightmare, and I actually lost one in the process. But basically, they are a half circle. Um, there's a half circle prong on the backside of the light that slides into a half circle hole. But on one of the lights, the hole it was not big enough for the prong that's attached to the light. So it made it real difficult to um, slide into the hole. And this was something I wrestled with for a while. And eventually, I was able to install three of them. One of them broke, and I was not able to install it. But other than that, that was about the biggest problem I ran into with this whole entire kit. Um, And like I said, that's everything else was pretty straightforward. Here, the front little light assembly just snaps into the front of the body. It everything fit really well, with the exception of the front bumper. Um, it fit okay, but I wish it could have fit a little bit tighter, to the body. It wasn't the best fit, but overall, it worked. So it just snapped right over the top of the lights. The lights actually they slid out of the little holes in the body, but I was able to get it back in and snap everything together. Only thing I didn't like is the front bumper. It just kind of slides over the top. It doesn't snap, and you'll see once we get to the end, that there's a screw that you have to install, and that holds the front bumper in. So right now it's kind of just sitting in place, but it's really not secure. But besides that, it went together pretty easily. The back bumper is similar situation like the front. Um, it's just kind of sitting there, until we get to the end where we install the screw. But right here, there's a little a body panel that goes at the bottom of the rear bumper, and they just snap together, and you can install those. One thing the instructions didn't say was that you had to remove the license plate cover in order to put these two parts together. But after looking at it, you could tell that it didn't belong, and just to break that piece off. So right here, we're just getting the wheels out. The wheels are some decent looking little wheels. The hardest part about this was actually just getting the wheels out of the plastic packaging trays that they come inside of. After you get them out, you just push them into the wheels, and right there I was just checking to see if there's any writing on one side of the wheels to make sure that that was facing out, but there's actually writing on both sides of the wheel. So you just push those together. Um, just make sure that the little prongs that come in the packaging tray, you get all of those out. Otherwise, your wheel won't properly seat um, over the wheel. So you just want to make sure that you remove all the little plastic so that your tires are seated properly. But the um, these are, I guess you can call them the axles. There's two slots. There's the stock height and the lowered height. I opted to put the axle through the um, the lowered height just to see how it would look. Overall, it looks pretty good. Only thing I didn't like about the lowered height is when the body comes down on top of it, it does make contact with the tire. So as soon as my son tried to roll a car, he couldn't because the wheels were in contact with the body. But other than that, once you put the wheels on and you have it at the lower height, it looks really good. And the axle just it slides right into the hose and snaps into the inside of the wheel. And from here, basically, the last step is just to put this undercarriage uh, into the body. And this is where I was talking about those two screw holes, and that's kind of brings everything together. It attaches the undercarriage to the body and also holds the front and rear bumpers in place. So that's it. So like I said, this is something that I wanted to do with my son. He's in the process of putting together one right now, so we'll keep making these little videos, and hopefully you guys enjoy them. Like I said, we have several on the way that we're going to be putting together some together. He'll be putting together some on his own, and I'll be putting together some on my own. So um, he always tells me that I need to tell everybody to like, comment, and share. And so you guys do that for us. And these are just the stickers that I opted not to put on because I just didn't like the way they look. So here's a little tour of the finished product. Overall, I give the kit itself a 8 out of 10. It's real easy to put together. The fit and finish is okay, but overall, it's a real good beginner's kit. So hope you guys enjoyed, and we will be back soon.